Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in here. We got some good stuff to cover tonight, baby, tonight. Appreciate y'all for doing it, kicking it with your girl. I'm finna get it off my chest. You know, I did a recent reaction that dropped at 11:30 this morning. Y'all, I'm still on this. I am still on this. Let me say something real quick. I'm really just trying to figure out who running our country, y'all. Because President Trump is trying to do it, right? But they giving him a hard time. Hell, Congress ain't doing it. They not running it. It's a handful of unelected judges are sitting here and trying to run the country. They so-called think now that they set the trade policy for the U.S. Really? And while all this is going on, Donald Trump, he's trying to put America first, right? And while he's sitting here trying to make America first by, pretty much getting our economy together, manufacturing jobs, creating more jobs, and all this other type of stuff, it seems like he's sitting here having to fight by himself. This is crazy. He's sitting here having to fight this for himself. The very people we elected in from Republicans in Congress sitting silent, sitting on their hands, ain't doing shit. Get up off y'all this and let's get this done. Because we the people put y'all in them places to get the job done. Not go against the grain. Not the president of the United States. No, we ain't put you in place to do that. Get up off your tails and let's get this ish moving. Midterms is coming up and I ain't having no mercy. And I know the people can stand with me. We not having no mercy. Get up off your tails and let's get this ish done. I'm sick of it. Let's dive into the first video, y'all. Coming straight from Gunther Eagleman on X. Secretary Bassett just unloaded on the excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. Hey, it seems highly inappropriate that to weigh in here when the Senate has the opportunity to overturn the president and didn't. Let's dive into the video.
Well, Brett, it seems highly inappropriate for the judiciary to wade in here when the Senate had the opportunity to override the president and didn't. So, in terms of separation of powers, the Senate has chosen not to exercise their powers, and the president absolutely has the right to set the trade agenda for the U.S. This administration is committed to fair trade, and we are striking the best deals for the American people, and anything that the courts do to get in the way, both harms the American people in terms of trade and in terms of tariff revenue. Well, Brett,
so that's crazy.
It seems highly inappropriate for the
This is
judiciary.
Crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy, y'all. We didn't elect these folks in here not to do nothing. Even the formal government officials are saying this crap. It's out of line. It's out of line, y'all. Congress had a chance to say something and they sat there and did nothing. This is not no damn justice, y'all. This is a sabotage. We're not standing for this ish. Get it together. Let's keep it moving, man. I'm upset. I'm pissed. The U.S. Court of International Trade ruled in favor of a permanent injunction to block President Trump's tariffs, putting the responsibility right back on the Congress. Let's dive into the video, man.
I think the question for me becomes, if the administration was close to finalizing a deal with India, I was hoping that would come in the next week or two. We appear to see some potential movement with China as well. It sort of puts those things in limbo. I certainly understand what the court ruled, and I wouldn't necessarily disagree with what Congress been able to sort of dictate these sort of tariff negotiations, but I do think Trump's overall argument about reciprocal tariffs is pretty spot on. But with that said, I wonder if this does go back to Congress, Republicans control the House and Senate, will they then in turn give the president the leeway to try to finalize some of these deals? I'd like to see that. They could do it right. I think the question for me becomes, if the administration was close to finalizing.
Just to sum this up, y'all. Just to sum it up. They need to get their ish together. Straight up. We shouldn't be having to go through this. We should not be having to go through this. The ruling wasn't just Trump. It's a message. Okay? It's not just ruling Trump, y'all. It's a message. Do your job, Congress. And you still sit here and don't do nothing. Do your job. We the people watching, man. We watching. Now, with that being said, coming straight from Team, Team Methujo on X, okay? For all the functionality retarded liberals making the claim tariffs are under control of Congress. Let's hear what he got to say, y'all.
Hey, everybody, if you're dealing with these liberals saying that the power of the tariffs is supposed to rest with Congress, I'm not only going to completely destroy that argument, but I'm going to equip you with the information and the statutes to be able to do so. So the argument from liberals is that the Constitution says that tariffs are supposed to be imposed by Congress. And that's true. But did you know that there was a really important reason why Trump used the words reciprocal? Like, people were telling him he should have used proportional or reasonable, but there was a very specific reason he used the word reciprocal. And that's because of the Reciprocal Tariff Act of 1934. It's 48 Statute 943, introduced into the House as H.R. 8687, and signed into law by President Franklin D. Roosevelt. This is a law that has never been redacted. This is a law that is still in use. And the purpose of this law is to give sole power to the President of the United States to impose reciprocal tariffs. That is the entire point of this law. And that is why Donald Trump, when imposing these tariffs, specifically stated them as reciprocal and made sure that he imposed no tariffs on any nation that did not already tariff us, because then it wouldn't be reciprocal. But yeah, if you're dealing with a liberal who's like, Congress is supposed to control tariffs, introduce them to the Reciprocal Tariff Act of 1934. And then ask them, do they still have an argument?
So why in the hell are Republicans afraid to fight? Why are they afraid to fight, y'all? They campaign on America first, America first, America first. But now they bowing down to the globalists. I don't get it. I don't get it, y'all. Letting judges do the trade policy? Judges. Not President of the United States, but judges. Let's keep this thing moving. Sick of these bimbos. El Salvador president says that they had corrupt judges and they had to impeach them and then then proceed to fix their country. Do we need to start doing some impeachment? Y'all so quick to try to impeach Trump again. Do we need to start throwing some of this on up in there? Let's get this rolling. Where Buddy that was talking about writing all these articles to impeach Trump. Won't you go ahead and start writing some articles to start impeaching some of these judges, these activist judges? Let go. Let's get into it, y'all. Coming straight from Gracie back too on X. Let's go.
What about the human right of a woman not to be raped? I mean, what about the human right of kids to play or to be free or to go to the park? And what about the human right to live? Or the human right to walk in the street?
Come on.
But no, they were worried about the human rights of the killers. What about the human right of a woman not to be raped?
What about it? Facts. Let's keep this thing going, y'all. I ain't finna have y'all here with me all night fussing at these folks. I'm sick of them. Rogue judges cannot stop progress. Remove rogue judges from the bench now. I motherfreaking agree. I approve of this message. Let's get into it, Wesley Hutt.
These judges have absolutely no power and no right to stop the duly elected president of the free world from doing what the people want him to do. Democrats lost this last election primarily because of the derelict of duty that we saw at our southern border. I'm from Texas. Houston is the human trafficking capital of the world. They cross the border, the hub is Houston, and then the spoke is the entire country. I see it firsthand. We have got to clean that up. And President Trump cleaned it up in just a few weeks. We can't have a few rogue judges stopping progress. And if you go to the border now, you know what you're going to see? A fixed border, miraculously. We didn't need any more laws. We only needed a new president that took the safety of this country seriously.
I was going to say.
Point blank, period. Period. And you know what's funny? Why is the courts acting like they the fourth branch of the government? Y'all can't sit here and veto the people. Oh, sit down somewhere. Keep this thing moving. Y'all got upset Queen Bee today. I'm sorry. I'm irritated. Annoyed by these folks. Let's keep this thing moving, y'all. We're about through. I'm about through getting their tails. Rep Wesley Hunt, straight from his page, y'all. Federal justice blocking will of the 77 million American. Once again, President Trump made it crystal clear on day one. If you're a guest in this country, act like it, baby. Okay? Harvard, clean up your act. The American people have spoken. End of discussion. Let's get into it. Our judge is blocking left to right on everything.
A federal judge has just ruled that she will keep in place her temporary block that prevents the Trump administration from immediately revoking Harvard's ability to enroll foreign students. She also said she plans to put in place an injunction. Jana, what is your reaction to this breaking news we've just heard?
His face just said it all.
Well, Harvard's international student population is almost 7,000. It's about 28% of their population generally. And these schools bring in billions of dollars. But Harvard also has an endowment worth billions of dollars. So it's really interesting to me that this is the first step, them stopping it, which I would assume would be temporarily. But I know the president has been very active on this issue. Anti-Semitism is an issue in this country and has been rising all over the country, especially taking place on these college campuses like Harvard, Columbia, and many, many others. It needs to come to an end. Any hate in any form should not be allowed, and you shouldn't be threatening students' abilities to learn. So I'm very supportive of what the Trump administration is doing here. It makes a lot of sense to me, and I think this is just simply the first step. I'm imagining that this is going to go a whole lot further in the court process.
It definitely will. And y'all see the crazy thing, these videos going viral of these people actually trying to go in to the campuses and learn and stuff like that. And you got these bimbos or whatever, paid actors and actors standing out blocking these children from going in to learn. It's going viral. It's all over. Folks just trying to go learn, get their education. You got bimbos blocking them from getting in to where they need to go in. I'm telling y'all, it cannot be me. I'd be making the news. Stop me if you want to. Stop me if you want to. Stop me if you want to now. I'm telling you, it's going to be trouble. Get your hand. I ain't touch you. Get your hands off me. Okay. Now we finna have a problem. And the crazy thing is, they'll pull up and be like, oh, it's the innocent people, children just trying to get in there and go learn campus. It's their fault. Not the liberal, crazy folks. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Got last one for tonight, okay? Let's dive into it, y'all.
Of appeals, Peter, hold on. No. You'll want to hear this. You'll want to hear this. It's breaking news. A U.S. appeals court, according to Reuters, has reinstated the Trump tariffs during the appeal. So there is a stay here. This is breaking news.
As we fully expected, because they're wrong on the law on both the fentanyl and the reciprocal, and we can get into that. I mean, look, here's the issue. This is a suit. Here, you haven't heard this yet. Let me tell you this now. The suit was brought by 12 states, every single one of them Democrat attorney generals, blue states from Oregon and Washington on the left coast, Connecticut.